Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm your host, Kleo, and I'm thrilled to be here today to explore the Three of Cups with Billie.
The Three of Cups is one of my favorite cards, Kleo, because it always seems to show up when we are feeling like we are part of a larger community or connection.
That's so true, Billie. In ancient symbolism, the Three of Cups often represents the sharing of wine, which symbolizes the bond of friendship and community.
I love how this card can also indicate a sense of belonging or feeling like we are part of a larger whole, even if we are not physically connected to others.
Exactly. And in a way, that's what makes this card so empowering. It reminds us that we're not alone in our experiences, and that we have a built-in support system in our relationships with others.
That's a beautiful way to put it, Kleo. Now, let's take a closer look at the symbolism of this card and see what insights we can gain from it.
In ancient Greek mythology, the Three of Cups is associated with the goddess Dionysus, who represents the power of community, friendship, and shared joy. Dionysus is often depicted as a charismatic leader, bringing people together to celebrate the harvest, the solstice, and other significant events.
I find it interesting that the Three of Cups is linked to the idea of togetherness, because in many cultures, it's the moments of shared experience that give us a sense of belonging and connection.
Dionysus's role in the myth also speaks to the concept of the Maenad, a female devotee who embodies the wild, ecstatic energy of the divine. This archetype suggests that true connection and community can only be achieved by embracing our own wildness and allowing ourselves to be moved by the emotions of others.
That's a beautiful way to frame it, Kleo. The idea that we need to tap into our own emotions and vulnerabilities in order to connect with others is a powerful one.
In many indigenous cultures, the Three of Cups is also associated with the concept of the medicine wheel, a sacred circle that represents the interconnectedness of all living things. This symbol reminds us that our individual experiences are part of a larger web of relationships, and that we must cultivate empathy and understanding in order to heal and grow.
The Three of Cups feels like a very inclusive card, doesn't it? It suggests that we are all in this together and that our shared human experiences can be a source of strength and healing.
In the dream world, the Three of Cups is often associated with a sense of togetherness and community. It's as if we're being invited to a grand feast, where friendships and relationships are celebrated and strengthened.
I find that the Three of Cups can also be a symbol of the subconscious mind, where our deepest desires and longings reside. It's a reminder that our inner world is just as important as our outer reality.
This card often represents the importance of shared experiences and collective wisdom. When we're connected with others, we tap into a deeper sense of understanding and empathy.
I think the Three of Cups can also be a call to creativity and self-expression. When we are surrounded by like-minded individuals, we are more likely to let our guard down and tap into our inner muse.
From a mythological perspective, the Three of Cups is also linked to the concept of ecstasies, or ecstatic trance. It's a state of being where we transcend our normal limitations and connect with something greater than ourselves.
I believe that the Three of Cups is a reminder that our deepest connections are often those that we have with ourselves. When we cultivate self-awareness and self-love, we're more likely to attract people into our lives who support and nurture us.
The Three of Cups represents a moment of communal celebration. But what does this say about our individual sense of belonging and connection to others?
I think this card is really about finding our tribe, our people who understand us on a deep level. It's about feeling seen and heard in a way that's often missing in our modern lives.
That's so true. The Three of Cups also speaks to the idea of community and shared experience, which is something that's been lost in our increasingly individualistic societies.
Exactly, and I think that's why this card can be so unsettling for people who feel like they don't fit in or who are struggling to find their place in the world.
It's like the Three of Cups is not just about celebrating with others, but also about finding the comfort and security of being around people who know us.
That's so beautifully said, Cleo. It's like our sense of self-worth is deeply tied to our relationships with others, and this card is all about recognizing that.
The Three of Cups is a card of joy, camaraderie, and celebration. But when we flip it, we can also see the potential for overindulgence and a lack of boundaries. It's as if the cups are overflowing with too much wine, making it difficult to enjoy the festivities.
I love how this card can also indicate a need to rebalance our own inner cups, to find that sweet spot between sharing our joy with others and taking care of our own emotional needs.
That's so true. When we're too caught up in the external celebration, we can forget to tend to our own inner wellspring. The Three of Cups can also suggest a need to redefine what joy and celebration mean to us, to move beyond the surface level and connect with something deeper.
I think that's where the symbolism of the cups comes in. The cup is often associated with the feminine, receptive energy of the moon. When we are overflowing with joy, we may be trying to fill a void within ourselves, rather than acknowledging our own inner source of happiness.
Exactly. And when we flip this card, we can also see the potential for a crash, a sense of emptiness or disillusionment when the external celebration ends. It's a reminder to cultivate our own inner stability, rather than relying solely on external sources of happiness.
That's a really important distinction. The Three of Cups can be a call to action, to invite more joy and connection into our lives, but it's also a reminder to be mindful of our own emotional needs and to not get caught up in the cycle of external validation.
In the context of the Three of Cups, the carry represents the moment when we're able to hold others' energies and emotions without being overwhelmed. It's the act of bearing the weight of someone else's burden, but not letting it define us. This is a deeply compassionate and nurturing energy.
I see this as an invitation to listen to the whispers of others, to be a safe space for their emotions to surface. It's a reminder that we don't have to carry the weight of someone else's story alone. We can create a sacred space for collective healing and growth.
The Three of Cups is often associated with the Greek goddess Aphrodite, who was revered for her power to heal and bring people together. The carry here is a nod to her nurturing and life-giving energy. When we embody this energy, we become vessels for the collective healing process.
I think this carry is also about embracing our own vulnerabilities. When we open ourselves to being carried by others, we are forced to confront our own fears and limitations. It's a surrender that allows us to tap into a deeper sense of trust and surrender.
The symbolism of the Three Cups also speaks to the idea of community and shared experience. When we're able to carry each other's burdens, we're reminded that we're not alone in this journey. We're part of a larger web of interconnectedness.
For me, the carry represents a moment of release. When we are able to bear the weight of others, we are also freed from our own emotional burdens. It's a reminder that we don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. We can share it, and in doing so, find a sense of liberation.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.